Hello, good morning. So, last week we were talking about the examination approach, examination techniques, how to get ready for the ACCA exam. So, we discussed about paper one, accountant in business. That's more of a theoretical paper. So, this week we will be discussing about the next important paper. Yes, most of you will be not very familiar with that. It is called paper 2 or management accounting. That is a paper. So, we have to focus through the syllabus as for any exams. Extensive practice is needed because it's again a multiple choice and objective question, and effective time management is must during the examination process. So let us just break down and see. Okay, so examination structure, you have two parts for the exam. Section A, which is consisting of 35 marks objective questions, and section B has three 10 marks multiple task questions, MTQ they call, multiple task questions. But other one is multiple choice, MCP. All right. So section A, that is 35 marks, 35 2 marks objective questions, multiple choice question. This will be covering the entire syllabus, meaning that will be testing your understanding of the concepts, application of your knowledge, etc. So, no shortcuts. You have to go through the full syllabus in a very detailed manner. Section B, yes, focus on certain areas majorly. Don't forget, you already have the extensive knowledge of all the topics. And section B, to answer the section B, we will be concentrating more on budgeting, standard costing, and performance measurement. Don't forget, these are the same things you will be doing when you are in a work environment. So, as we all know, ACCA is a professional exam which is preparing you for the real job market. So, we have to concentrate more on the budgeting, standard costing, and performance measurement. So, what we have to do, this will study guide and the syllabus you have to go through. So that will help you to understand the exam's aim, what exactly the exam or the examiner is looking or talking about, what exactly is looking from your answers. That will help you to know the learning outcome and the structure. Then what you have to do is you have to scan the specimen exams. So, whenever you do a specimen exam, this will give you a clear picture of the exam format, what are the styles of the questions you can expect, and what is the range of the topics covered. So, you will know that when you do the specimen, okay, in this topic, this is what I can expect the maximum. And as I mentioned, for any paper, review the examining team guidance. So this will help you to understand for you to focus on the structure, question style, and what are the usual mistakes students will do. So that when you are in the examination hall, you will not end up making the same mistakes as everybody is doing. Then we need to do preparation and practice. The easy way to pass any exam is practice, practice, practice. There is no shortcut. So you familiarize yourself with the exam format. You go through the question types with thorough practice. That will make you very comfortable on the examination date. And you have to practice the question bank. You know that you have a exam kit. So work through the question bank multiple times before the exams. Each time I used to tell my students, you don't mark your answer in that exam kit, or if at all you are marking, after doing a proper analysis of the question, rub it off. Or you take a small paper and write the exam question number and see which options you are going to do. So your book will look very neat. All right. So never use a pen, so that next time you will automatically will fall into the answer. That is not our idea. Our idea is to get 100% perfect with our thinking route. So practice the question bank multiple times. I always say you have to do at least 3 times the revision kit minimum. There are students who does more than that. Okay. And of course, solve the past papers. That will help you to understand the pattern and the question style. Section A, section B. So that will give you little more confidence and comfort when you are doing the past papers. So you have done the basic all necessities. Now this is your time to go and try a mock exam. So mock exam will assess your preparation level and identify which area you need to improve more. So when you finish the mock exam and you mark yourself, you will know that, okay, standard costing, I lost the marks. I lost the mark in performance measurement, or I lost in the budgeting. So you will know that I have to go back and revise again. All right. Then, of course, you have to concentrate on both conceptual and practice question. Don't always think management accounting will always be with the calculation. They may have questions with the conceptual understanding of some theoretical part. So you ensure you understand the theory and how to apply the concepts which you learned in your theory in your practical situation. ACCA is all about application of the concept. There is no way you can mug up by heart and clear the exam. So make sure you get the concept. And of course, you have to pay attention to the narrative questions. Like this is the most weakness of the students I can see. So focus on understanding the concept and apply them to the real world scenario. So most of the students, they will be maybe panicking, I don't know. They will not pay attention. They will think something, meaning you did not read the question properly. Take your time, calm down, read the question, analyze what exactly the examiner is looking for. So, what is the concept I have to think about it now, and apply it nicely. So, that is the one you have to do. And of course, when you are writing the exam, I don't need to say, read the question very carefully so that you will understand the question fully and you will understand the requirement before you jump to circle the answer. Then later, oh, that is a wrong answer. This is what it should have been. Don't do that. When you are in the examination hall, read the question completely. Don't read half and understand the other half, or judge the other half, or guess the other half. That's wrong. So read the question, even if it is something you know very well. Please read the question clearly and fully so that you will able to answer properly when you attempt to circle the answer. Yes, time management is very, very important. Allocate your time wisely, especially for the objective questions, because you will think that objective question, I just need to do a circle. No, sometimes you have to do some calculation. So each mark has a time allocation. In ACCA, what they call is, for 1 mark question, the maximum time you can spend is 2 minutes. So each mark 2 minutes. So you have to allocate. Yes, attempt all the questions. As you know, there is no negative marking for incorrect answers with ACCA. So make sure to answer all the questions, even if you are unsure about the answer. Doesn't mean that you just circle anything. Try to attempt sincerely, and at the end, you realized, oh, 2, 3 questions, I am not sure about the answer. Try to think, use your brain, use your logical reasoning, and attempt to write any answer. Maybe that is the 1 or 2 marks which is going to make you pass. Isn't it? We have to get 50 marks minimum. So try to attempt all the questions. then don't dwell on difficult questions. Some people have a habit of, no, let me attempt a difficult question. No, because if you get stuck on one question, you will be stuck. So the moment you know that, oh, this question is not easy as I thought, leave it, move on, and return to it later on when you have done with all the other questions. That's a wrong habit for any exams. The moment you know that this is taking time, it's not what I expected, go to the next question. Yes, check your answers once you have completed as per your time management. Before submitting, try to review the answers, even if not everything, at least whatever time. Don't waste your time. If you have 5 minutes, at least you can see around 10 questions whether I answered correctly, to ensure that the accuracy and the completeness is there. Be reasonable when you are in the section B section. Ensure your answer makes sense. Don't just write. Isn't it? We have a Indian system of how much I wrote, how many papers I wrote. That is not going to work for ACCA. So ensure your answers make sense in the context of the question. So that means you should read the question properly, you should understand the question properly, and you should attempt and apply the concept properly. Then only you will able to score the mark. And I always tell for all my students, examiner's report, review the past examiner's report for some clues, some insight. Or examiner sometimes say these are the common mistakes the students does, and they need, this is the area of improvement. So at least you make sure that whatever he mentioned, you don't do the same mistakes. So for that, you need to read the examiner's report. Examiner's report is always very, very important. In your magazine, it will come just after the exam results, he will mention what are. Sometimes they will give examiner's report before the exams, just to mention last session, these are the mistakes, these are the weakness of the students we felt, etc. So you don't ignore all those things. Don't think that, no, 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 I don't make such mistakes. You never know. So be careful and be attentive to cover the examiner's report before you enter into the exam. So, management accounting, two sections, section A and section B. We discuss what are the things and what are the precaution you have to do. So, cover your syllabus, do extensive practice, and apply them on the right sense, with the right mind, with the understanding it properly. Then it is easy to clear the management accounting paper. I know it's a new paper for most of the students, because financial accounting and other accountant in business, etc., we will be covering little bit in your plus one, plus two. But this is totally new. But I'm sure by the time you reach there, you will have a little bit of understanding about what is the cost, how to calculate, etc. But since it's a new and first time you are learning the subjects, you have to take extra precaution from the day one. You pick the paper and decide for the exam, or decide to start the preparation for this paper. From the day one, your responsibility starts, and little extra because it's a new paper which you are not familiar with. So the practice and the time management and your commitment and your time allocations, etc., should be little more than the other paper, as it is the first time you are doing the management accounting. And the concepts, you have to get it very clear, because based on the concepts you are learning in management accounting, you have couple of papers coming ahead. So the concept lying here. So the concept and foundation is from the management account F2 level paper. So make sure you get it properly, so that your life will be very comfortable with the senior papers or advanced papers based on this paper, which is yet to come in the next stages of your ACCA level. Have a great day. We will see another exam with the techniques for the examination, practice, and approach. Bye bye.